What is an FHA loan? In this video, I'm going to be covering everything that you need to know about FHA financing in order to purchase your property. If we haven't met before, my name is Seanu Uyehara. I'm a sales manager with Loan Depot, helping you finance your homes all across America, whether you're thinking of purchasing or refinancing, buying your first house, or if you're a seasoned investor building your real estate portfolio, we've got you covered all across America. And don't forget, you can always check out the description below. There's links to more information on how to get your mortgage right. What is an FHA loan? An FHA loan is insured by the Federal Housing Administration. One of the greatest aspects about the FHA loan is the amount of money that you have to put down in order to utilize it. So if your credit score is at least a 580 or above, you have to put only 3.5% down, which is great. However, let's just say you've had a couple of oopsies back in the day and your score is actually under a 580. Some lenders can actually go down to a 520 credit score to still get you financing. And in some cases, if you're between a 520 and a 579, you might need at least 10% down in order to purchase home utilizing FHA financing. So the age-old myth of having a 720 credit score, you can throw that out of the window because you can use FHA to get in a home even if you're in the 500s. There are several types of FHA loans. The first is called a HECM, or a home equity conversion mortgage. This mortgage is geared for those that are 62 and older. You commonly hear this as a reverse mortgage. There's also a FHA 203K, which is FHA's renovation loan. So for those of you that are having a hard time purchasing a home, you might not have tens of thousands of dollars in order to put into your home to rehab your property. You can actually utilize this loan when you purchase your property up front and finance the cost of the repairs into your mortgage. The big difference between FHA and conventional loans, it's really going to come down to the credit scores and the debt to income ratios. Like I mentioned, FHA, you can go as low as a 520 depending on the lender. So you definitely want to check with your mortgage lender that you're talking to see what their guidelines are as far as how low can they go with a credit score. On a conventional loan, most lenders are going to be at about a 620 in order to purchase your primary residence. Also with an FHA loan, you can only use that for a primary residence purchase, unlike a conventional loan where you can actually purchase a vacation home or even investment properties using Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac to be able to finance your property. Another big difference between the two is that FHA has what's called upfront mortgage insurance. So because you're putting less money down in order to purchase your home, FHA finances the cost of the mortgage insurance upfront into the mortgage, so it helps protect the lender in terms of default or anything that comes up with your mortgage. If you are purchasing and using conventional financing, you can put as little as 3% down, all the way up to the typical 20% down. And depending on how your loan is structured, the occupancy and certain other factors, you may or may not have mortgage insurance. Now, there is no upfront mortgage insurance on a conventional loan. However, you may have a monthly mortgage insurance premium that has to be paid every single month. Another great thing about the FHA loan is that you can actually get your down payment money gifted from a family member. Or we've actually had clients in the past that their employer was even willing to gift them money in order to purchase a home, which is a cool thing because a lot of you still think that you have to have 20% down in order to purchase a home. Now, if you use conventional financing, you still can receive a gift. It just depends on how your loan is structured. So make sure that if you are going to be receiving a gift from a family member to purchase a home, you communicate that with your lender up front so they best know how to structure your loan in order to get your financing in place. Now, as far as qualifying for the FHA loan, it's very straightforward, just like we would look at any other purchase when qualifying a client. The first thing that we would do as a lender is take a look at your credit. Because like I mentioned, FHA has certain criteria that we have to meet in order to qualify you for the mortgage. Now, there is that big difference between being at a 579 credit score and potentially putting 10% down, or having a 580 and above and being able to put only 3.5%. That is why the credit report and the credit application up front is so important, because we need to make sure that we are qualifying you for the right loan. Now, as the process proceeds, we will then send you a list of any documents that we would need to verify. Most commonly, we ask for 1 month of pay stubs, 2 years of tax returns and W-2 forms, and 2 months of bank statements. That is the bare minimum that any lender should be asking you to qualify you for a home loan. Now, depending on your credit history, depending on what you do for work, there may be some additional documents that we will ask for. But at a bare minimum, make sure you have that ready to go for your lender so they can expedite your approval for you. Another difference between FHA and conventional financing is the debt to income ratio. FHA is a little more lenient. You can even exceed 50% on your debt to income ratio and still get an approval. On a conventional loan, you ideally want to stay at about 43 to 45% as far as your DTI goes. Now, if you've been watching my channel, we've gone over how to calculate your DTI, so you can always check out our playlist to learn more information on how to calculate that for yourself at home. And another thing that you have to take into account if you are using FHA financing is that FHA has a certain loan limit per each county. Now, they have a public website that you can go to, which we'll drop that in the description below. So if you want to do some research for yourself, you can certainly do that. Each county has a certain loan limit. And if you go above that loan limit, you wouldn't be eligible for FHA financing. The lender would then have to look at conventional financing for you. So this is super important, especially for some of you that are relocating to other parts of the country, depending if it's a high cost limit area, or for some of you that are relocating, there might be areas that are actually lower than where you're currently living. So an FHA loan might not be suitable for you. So make sure that if you are looking for that type of financing, you know exactly what the loan limit is for the county that you're moving to. Are FHA loans for everybody? Not necessarily. This is why it's so important that when you're working with a loan officer, that they go through your options with you. Now, depending on your credit score and your debt to income ratio, FHA might be your only option. But if you're a little stronger, you have a better credit profile, you might be able to look at conventional financing. In my opinion, there should always be a couple of ways that a lender can structure your loan. They should be able to give you an analysis to show you the difference, and then you can decide what's the best route to go, whether FHA is the best route for you, or if conventional financing is going to work a little better for your financial goals. Now, if you know that FHA is the right loan for you, we can certainly help you with your financing all across America. But if you still have questions, make sure to check out this playlist to learn more about how to get your mortgage right, and I'll see you on the next video.